We are excited to present to you a preview of LGBMS, a system that has been in development since January. During this first phase, the goal is to provide you with the ability to load or enter your budget, submit budget adjustments, and submit your financial reports. For this presentation, we will review the budget submission process and preview the training videos on the system interface, budget entry, and review process. Just a friendly reminder that the system is still in development, with many features and improvements yet to be implemented. Now, let's take a sneak peek at LGBMS. This first video will show you how to log in and show you what the budget entry interface looks like. As an authorized user of LGBMS, you will use your email address and a temporary password when you first log into the system. Once logged in, you will be able to modify your password by going to your account profile. As an entity, you will be able to load and edit your initial budget information, upload files, submit budget adjustments, and submit financial reports. The budget interface includes 7 buttons. These buttons are the Add button. If you choose to add your individual line items directly into LGBMS, you will be using this button to do so. Import. If you choose to fill out the budget template, you will click this button to initiate the budget import process. Download template. To download a copy of the budget template, click this button. Please note that the templates are specific to your entity type. Delete. Once you have added or uploaded your budget line items, there may be the need to delete specific line items. To do so, select the individual or multiple line items and click this Delete button. Files. To upload your supporting documentation, click the Files button to initiate the file browsing and upload process. Download budget line items. Once you have added or uploaded your budget, you may want to download a spreadsheet version of your data. You can do so by clicking the Download Budget Line Items button. Submit to Analyst. Once you have entered or uploaded your budget and are ready to have your budget reviewed, click the Submit button to notify your analyst. Next, let's review the budget entry process. First, you want to make sure you have the required information readily available to enter or upload into LGBMS. This includes your supporting documentation and, of course, your budget. A key step to a successful budget submission is your crosswalk from your budget to the LGBMS chart of accounts. Please visit DFA's website for recommendations and tips on how to accomplish this. If you have any questions or need guidance on this step, please contact your analyst. There are 2 ways to enter your budget into LGBMS. The first is to enter line items individually, which is possibly the preferred approach if your budget has fewer line items, something along the lines of 20 or less. Let's see what that entails. There are 2 ways to enter your budget into LGBMS. One way is to complete the budget template and upload that file. The other way is to enter your budget directly into LGBMS by entering each individual line item. If you have a budget that does not have many funds and accounts, then this may be the more appropriate approach to entering your budget into LGBMS. To add a line item, click the Add button. You will notice that the combination of departments and accounts will vary depending on which fund you select. In addition, depending on your entity type, certain accounts may or may not be available to you. So to add a line item, select the appropriate fund, department, and account. Then add the budget amount below, entering only numbers. There is no need to add commas or the dollar symbol. Click Save and Close, and you will see your line item added to your budget. Repeat this as many times as necessary until your budget has been entered. You can click Save and New to stay on the same page. In the event you need to edit a line item, click the Actions button next to that line item that needs to be corrected. Select Edit, and that will take you to the Edit screen where you can modify the fund, department, account, or budget value. Click Save and Close to accept the changes. This is how you add and edit line items in LGBMS. The second approach is to transfer your budget values to the LGBMS Chart of Accounts template, which you can download from the system. A completed template can then be uploaded into LGBMS. Let's see how this is accomplished. The budget template you download from LGBMS will contain 3 columns: Fund, Department, and Object Code. Based on your crosswalk process, you should have identified how your budget values align with the LGBMS Chart of Accounts. It is those values that need to be added in the Value column. When filling out the budget template, make sure to not modify the content in the Fund, Department, and Object Code columns. The only column you need to fill out is column D, the Value column. In addition, make sure your values do not include the dollar symbol. You will most likely not use all object codes listed in your template. You can choose to delete the unnecessary rows or leave them in. The system will import only those line items that have a value. Once you have transferred your budget numbers to relevant object codes in the budget template, you are ready to upload the spreadsheet to LGBMS. First, make sure to save your file as a CSV file. CSV stands for comma-separated values. To do so, go to File, Save As, then change the file format, and if necessary, give your file a new file name. Then click Save. To upload your budget, go to your fiscal year line items page and click on the Import button. It is the second from the left. This will take you to the file selection screen where you will click Add Files, where you will browse to your budget CSV file, select the file, and click Open. The file is then listed and ready for upload. Click the Start Upload button and you will see the progress bar change. When the upload is complete, you'll return to the Manage Line Item screen where you will see how many items were imported. This is how you upload your budget into LGBMS. Now that your budget has been entered into the system, let's go over the review process. After you submit your budget, your analyst will review and provide comments where clarification or additional information is needed. When your analyst has completed the review, your budget is returned and you'll receive an email notification from the system that there are items of your budget that need additional attention. Let's see how this process works. When you're ready to submit your budget for review, click the Submit button. After confirming that you want to submit your budget, you and your analyst will receive an email indicate that your budget was submitted. While your budget is under review, you will not be able to modify your budget. Where appropriate, your analyst will provide comments on specific line items that may require action on your part, such as reviewing the value entered or providing supporting documentation. Your analyst will unlock those line items, thereby making them available to you to update. When your analyst has completed the review, they will return your budget to you, and you will be notified by email that your budget has been reviewed and returned with comments. You will then log into LGBMS and go to your budget screen. You will notice that under the status column, that some line items are listed as analyst and others are listed as entity. It is those line items listed as entity that have been unlocked by your analyst because they need further review. A quick way to identify those line items is to sort by the status column, and you will see which ones are tagged as entity and therefore unlocked for you to edit. To view comments on the line item, click the Actions button and select Comments. This will take you to the comments screen. You can add to the comments by clicking the Add button and entering your response or update in the text box. Comments to your analyst may include a response that you have reviewed and updated the line item, or that you uploaded the requested supporting documentation. After adding your comment, click Save and Close. To edit the information of a specific line item, such as the fund, department, account, or budget value, click the Actions button and select Edit. That will take you to the Edit screen. Make the necessary change to that budget line item, and when you're done, click Save and Close. After you have addressed your analyst comments, resubmit your budget by clicking the Submit to Analyst button. As your budget is reviewed by your analyst, then bureau chief, then director, you will be able to see the progress of your budget based on the status column, as that will change based on who is currently reviewing your budget. Once your budget has been approved, you and your analyst will be notified by email through the system. That completes the budget entry, review, and approval process. The other two modules that are not quite ready for this preview include the budget adjustment and financial reporting. The budget adjustment request will require that you provide a justification, description, resolution number, and resolution date. You will then add your adjustment as individual line items, whether the adjustments are increases or decreases to a particular account, or if funds are being transferred between accounts. Based on your submission, the system will recognize if the adjustment is a local bar or state bar. If it is a state bar, then your analyst will be notified of your request so it can be reviewed. The financial reporting piece functions very similar to the initial budget submission workflow presented earlier in this presentation. Except in this case, instead of proposed budget numbers, you will provide your year-to-date values. The review process of your financial report will also be similar. Once the additional modules have been reviewed and vetted, we will prepare training videos and make them available to you. If you have any questions regarding LGBMS, please contact your analyst.